I just remember the sound of the impact.
Lost the wings, lost the tail.
I was so afraid.
Have you ever wondered how far the human spirit can push itself when faced with the most extreme circumstances? Today, I want to share with you an incredible story of survival, courage, and the unbreakable will to live. It's a tale that will leave you in awe and make you question the limits of human endurance. 52 years ago, a plane carrying a rugby team and other passengers crashed into the Andes Mountains. The plane, Flight 571, had taken off from Montevideo, Uruguay on October 12, 1972, headed towards Santiago, Chile. The journey was supposed to be a simple one, but fate had other plans. Due to bad weather, the pilot decided to land the plane in Mendoza, Argentina, and wait for better conditions. The next day, on Friday the 13th, the plane took off again. The pilot used the help of the control tower and his own skills to navigate through the dangerous mountains. But then, something terrible happened. The plane vanished from the radar. The plane had smashed into a mountain peak, breaking into pieces and sliding down the snowy slope. Sadly, 12 passengers died immediately. The other 33 passengers who survived found themselves trapped in the middle of the Andes, where it was freezing cold, with temperatures as low as minus 30 degrees Celsius. Rescue teams from Chile, Uruguay, and Argentina started looking for the missing plane right away. They sent planes to search the mountains, but the snow made it very hard to find the crashed plane. The survivors did everything they could to get the attention of the rescue planes. They used lipstick to write SOS messages and made crosses with their luggage, but nothing worked. After 6 days of searching and not finding anything, the rescue teams decided to stop looking. They thought that nobody could have survived the crash. Can you imagine how hopeless the passengers felt when they heard this news on a radio they found in the front part of the plane? They were all alone, trying to stay alive in one of the most difficult places on Earth. With very little food and no sign of being rescued, the survivors had to make tough choices. They divided the small amount of food they had, like chocolate bars and jam. When they ran out of food, they even had to eat cotton and pieces of clothing. They were so hungry and scared that they had to do something that most people would never imagine doing. They had to eat the bodies of their friends who had died. It was a terrible decision, but it was the only way they could stay alive. As the days turned into weeks, the survivors faced even more problems. An avalanche hit the broken plane, killing 9 more people. The ones who were still alive had to dig their way out of the snow. They refused to give up, even though things kept getting worse and worse. Finally, after 2 very long and hard months, 3 brave rugby players named Parado, Canessa, and Vicentin decided to go on a dangerous mission to find help. They made their own hiking gear and walked for days through the steep, snowy mountains. When they got to the top of one mountain, they saw that there were just more snowy mountains as far as they could see. But they didn't stop. They walked for 10 more days, covering 61 kilometers, until they found a valley with green plants, animals, and a river. They saw a man on a horse on the other side of the river and found a way to tell him what had happened to them by throwing a message wrapped in a stone. The man took the note to the people in charge in Chile, who at first couldn't believe that anyone could still be alive after the crash. Parado and Canessa were rescued and interviewed, and on December 27, 1972, 72 days after the crash, helicopters came to the crash site to get the rest of the survivors. The people who had died were buried all together in a grave marked with stones that is still there today. This incredible story shows us just how amazing the human spirit is and what we are capable of doing in order to survive when things seem impossible. The survivors of this plane crash in the Andes showed us that even when things are at their worst, we can keep going if we have hope and bravery. So the next time you feel like you're in a really difficult situation, think about how brave and strong these survivors were. If they could overcome something that seemed impossible, then we can face our problems head on too. Never forget that inside each of us is a strength greater than we can imagine. We can surprise ourselves with what we're able to achieve when we need to. Let this story be a reminder to never give up, no matter how dark things may seem. I hope this amazing tale of survival has inspired you as much as it has inspired me. If you found value in this video, please like and share it with others who might need to hear this message of hope and resilience. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts on this incredible story. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Keep pushing forward and never lose sight of the power within you. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, and stay strong.